Auntie, you'll never guess. Yes, I washed my hands. But you'll never. Yes, I put my ball away. And the jump rope. And Auntie, you just showed me the coolest trick with the jump rope where you go like this and then you twist like this and then you jump like that. But Auntie, you'll never guess what we saw. You know how Mama has been spending every day with Miss Martha? She's been gone every day this week. And then when you went home last night, she still didn't come home until the moon was this high in the sky. And she didn't even kiss my forehead goodnight. She just started talking with Papa about Miss Martha and Miss Mary and how sad they were that Mr. Lazarus had died and how mad they were at some man named Rabbi. Okay, but Auntie, can you make it a super short prayer before we eat lunch, Auntie? Because I have something to tell you. So, we were playing jump rope right in that big open space by Miss Mary's house because, she always has date cakes for us when we go ask her. And then all of a sudden, Miss Mary ran out of her house, and Mama and Miss Dinah and Miss Naomi and all the other mamas came out and followed her. So I ran and found Mama, but she told me not now, Cara, which she always says when she's super busy, but this time she didn't sound busy, just worried. And anyway, she grabbed my hand and let me fast walk with her and all the other mamas after Miss Mary, so I knew she wasn't really mad at me. I grabbed Idra's hand too, so we all three went with everyone else who was following Miss Mary. We walked all the way up the first hill outside of town and the second hill until we got close to the graveyard where a bunch of men were standing. Idra and I had to push through all the grown-ups to even see what was happening. And Auntie, Miss Mary was all crouched on the ground in front of one man, crying so hard I thought she might throw up. Like when the baby threw up because he was crying so hard. I tugged on Mama's hand to ask if Miss Mary would throw up, but she just shook her head at me and kept walking with everyone else up the main path into the graveyard. We passed Grandma's grave, but we stopped at a new grave before we walked all the way to the back where the priest's grave is. And then, Auntie, the man who was walking with Miss Mary started crying too. Big tears, Auntie, like when I lost my jump rope, like he had lost something important. I tugged Mama's hand again to ask what the man had lost, but she shook her head at me again. So I asked Idra what she thought, and she said that maybe the man had lost his friend because that was Mr. Lazarus's grave. People started to move the stone in front of the grave, so I thought maybe Idra was probably right, and the man wanted to say goodbye to his friend. But then the man yelled so loud, I jumped. I thought he was angry, but he was facing away from everyone and yelling into the open tomb, Lazarus, come out. That made me sad because it reminded me of when Grandma died. Auntie, when I wanted Grandma to wake up and braid my hair and make her honey bread again. But Mama told me she was in the afterlife now and her legs weren't aching so much anymore, so we had to let her go. So I thought the man probably wanted his friend back like that, and that's why he had been crying. But then, Auntie, you will never guess what happened. Auntie, Mr. Lazarus walked out of the tomb. All the mamas gasped, and Miss Mary screamed just a tiny bit, and Idris squeezed my hand so hard. Look, you can still see how red it is. But the man was so calm about it. Everybody else calmed right down too, and he said, untie him and let him go. I tugged Mama's hand real hard again because now I had some big questions. But this time, when she said, not now, Cara, she did sound super busy. And she said it was time for Idra and me to go home and have some lunch. So, Auntie, can I ask you my questions? How did Mr. Lazarus wake up? I thought he was dead. And why was the man so calm? How come he just knew that yelling at Mr. Lazarus would wake him up? And how did Mr. Lazarus wake up, but not Grandma?
They place me at the threshold, make me become it. At the tomb, my presence creates darkness on one side, stops light on the other. Each of my two faces erases the other. But at night, there is darkness all around me. What I've always known becomes clear. There is no boundary between day, night, life, death. I relish the night for this, when I can be whole. Stones are a compression. Did you notice? Have you ever looked closely at a stone? Have you seen how time and matter and light works in concert within us, within you? Did you notice how our body holds eras, how we are weighted by them, how I grew and you from speck to solidity, how we've lived 1,000,000 lives without witness to our slow transformation? I am here now at this tomb to make you humans feel safe, to perpetuate a story. In that story, the one humans love, life ends and can no longer be seen. The disensouled body must be hidden. The disembodied soul must be feared. Humans believe they determine how things are used and what they mean. They miss so many possible meanings. For 4 days, I've been here entombing a man named Lazarus. He grew sick, waiting for his friend Jesus to arrive, and died. Matter feels matter. You've probably even had it asked of you when you've been aching. What is the matter? Earlier, when in the same place we are now, a fellow rock was held high, when our name was turned from noun to verb, when we were threatened to be used to stone a body, Jesus's, I ached. This was the matter. Ours, connected. Just as Jesus, who will soon be here, how his matter is connected to Mary's and to Martha's, to Lazarus's, even in death. Upon his arrival, seeing them, Mary and Martha, upset, Jesus became it, upset. He wept. His matter was moved so deeply it could no longer be contained because it wasn't only his own. I would like to be a stone Jesus stands on while telling his strange riddles. Jesus seems to have lived as long as I have. He knows shadow and brilliance each serve their purpose. 12 hours each, he says. Anyone who walks in the daytime will not stumble, for they see by this world's light. It is when a person walks at night that they stumble, for they have no light. I have been kicked enough times to know that to be human is to stumble. Jesus weeping, he must know too. I would like to let darkness be dark, lightness light. I would not like to stand between the two. I do not wish to be used to create a world without its 12 hours of illumination, such as I have for Lazarus, by being placed here as a threshold. I would like to let both light and dark move through as they should. I would like to let the universe that made me and you behave as it does. Poor Lazarus. Poor Mary and Martha, believing their brother is no longer with them, having waited so long for Jesus to arrive. But something is happening in there, in the false dark. My matter feels it. I feel it move all the way through me, from shadow to light. Life. Take away the stone, I hear Jesus say. The sisters will not. They are too afraid of death's final odor. Did I not tell you that if you believe, you will see the glory of God? Jesus says. Take away the stone. I feel their hands on me, pressing, pushing, until the light begins to touch all sides of me, until the one I shared with Lazarus, the cold, dark side, grows warm. Their hands press me until the light reaches Lazarus. Lazarus who stands, who walks, who emerges wrapped in the strings of death. Mary and Martha run to him, pulling his linens off, shocked to see his face and body animated. They look at Jesus and believe, and they're not the only ones. The belief grows in the light. I see it dancing on faces, feel it opening hearts. And quickly I realize that my stone self will be made to hide the light again, and soon. Lazarus's new life will lead to Jesus' death. Because I am made of matter as well as time, and because time moves in all directions, I can feel that too.
It looks like it's green. You have to speak loud and slowly.
Our story is on Lazarus. Oh yeah, here I'm gonna introduce the cast too. These are all just of Jesus' followers. They're just the smallest stuffies I have. So there's also alive Lazarus. There's dead Lazarus. There's Mary. There's Martha. There's Jesus. And that's it. And then, oh yeah, now we're doing scene 1. There are 3 scenes. Okay.
I'm dreadfully sick, sisters. It might be the end of me. That would be terrible.
We know, that would be terrible.
And you should not be so dramatic. We have already told your friend Jesus. He will be here soon, and he will make you healthy again.
Now relax, Jesus. We have to go make lunch. And Jesus will be here in a couple days or so.
That is what they think.
Scene 2. A short scene.
Oh man, I don't feel good. Blech.
Oh no!
Well, wait.
Is he like dead?
Yeah, I think so. Scene 3. Last scene.
Gee, it's nice up here. Ooh, look, here's Jesus, Martha, and Mary. Hey, what's Jesus doing? Oh, I get this tingly feeling. Oh, I think I'm getting pulled back to the earth. I guess that means I'm missing bird watching. Whoop!
Hey guys. Hey, Jesus. Why were you so late?
I was busy. The end. Thank you. Oh, wait, we forgot these people.
Yes.
The-
You can see on the back of the bulletin, Esme decorated a cast list. If you cannot see it very well,